Hi everybody, welcome to my photo editing live stream where I edit your pictures here live from images that you've submitted before the stream starts, hopefully. And also I put my image out there for you guys to edit, so it's always fun to see what you guys do with my image. And I think both ways, when I edit yours or you edit mine, I think it's a great learning experience for all of us. And I see a lot of people here. Hopefully everyone can see and hear me okay. Is that right? Like I said, I'm using a new streaming software, and also today I should be in 1080p now instead of, uh, I was in 720p in the stream just before this one, but I think I found the setting to make it 1080p, so hopefully you guys can see that. And again, I see a slight lip syncing problem on my screen, but I don't know if that's really translating to the live. So I'm just thinking out loud because I have a big stream coming up on Sunday with six other guests that I talked about in the last stream. Still says no 1080p, huh? Dang it, it's supposed to be. And it's a bit laggy. And 720p is the highest. Okay, you don't see a sync problem. So if I say Peter Piper pecked a peck of peppers, no 1080p. Dang it. I don't know why that is, because it says 1080p right here on my screen, which is this one. So we're going to get the funny mirror. Look at that. I'm using this new app. But yeah, I click this and it says 1080p right here. So I will have to, I'll have to talk to Melon maybe between now and Sunday if there's time. Okay, yeah, so the resolution is not going to be as good, which is not ideal for doing photo editing streams, right? I really wanted this to be in 1080p. I bought it on Wish. That's funny. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's see, this one's here from Randy, just for critiquing. And let's see, I think, so this is a real estate image of a home, right? Which is kind of my field. And I think, um, let's see, if I was giving this to a client, I wouldn't vignette it because I see a little bit of a vignette. But creatively speaking, I think it's fine. And even there's a very, very slight keystoning error that I would probably correct before I delivered it. Because I can see this line here is tilted in a little bit. And so the vignetting is from the lens then. If you didn't do it in post-processing, then I would correct for that a little bit. Because it's definitely vignetting here on the edges. Let me see what your EXIF is. EM1 with a 7 to 14. F2.8, 1000, ISO 100. Okay, so setting-wise, I don't know what the base ISO is on the EM1 Mark I. If it's 100, then you're fine. But if the base ISO is 200, I would have set it to 200. That would be, sorry, it's phone. That would be one thing. And then the F number, I would shoot this. Typically, I shoot at f5.6 when I do real estate photography. And you know, but it looks like your depth of field is okay. Let me just punch in. Why is, wow, that's weird. I can't zoom with the mouse. I'm getting some weird highlighting thing. Uh, it looks a little bit out of focus. Let me see. And is this a JPEG or a RAW? This is a JPEG, so I'm not sure what you did for focus, but if it looks a little bit soft to me. So I would definitely sharpen this up like this. With a JPEG, maybe not that. Yeah, that fixed it. Okay, so that's sharp enough. And I wish you guys could see this in 1080p, but it was a little bit soft. Now it's sharp. And then, let's see, let's go back to the normal view. I would do a keystoning fix. Maybe in Lightroom it'd be automatic. I would do a slight keystoning fix like that, and then I would fix the vignetting, which I don't know. Yeah, just a little bit like that. So I think you did a really good job at f2.8. I'm surprised there's not more out of focus, but everything seems to be in focus. And I would deliver this kind of like this. This is a good shot, good leading lines to the property, right up to the front door. It's a good angle. It's a little bit low from a professional standpoint. I would have shot closer to eye level, and this would be one shot of many if this was a real estate photography type thing. But I think creatively speaking, I like the low angle shot. I like the slight vignette. I think the exposure is done really well. You retained all of the highlight information and lots of good shadow detail, and depth of field is good. So yeah, no worries. The white balance is perfect and good color. But I don't see, I'm sorry, I was reading Roman's chat right above me here about, could you change to normal one? We cannot see details in the picture. I cannot change midstream. I'd have to end this stream and start a new one, um, which I might do before we start the next one. I don't know, Randy, did you have any questions any, like what I thought about anything in particular about this image? Because it, all your images are always really good. And this is no exception. This is a really good image. Uh, this would be one of many shots of this property if I were doing this for paid work. And like I said, eye level. Oh, you've learned a lot since then. Okay. Yeah, and I'll just double check the EXIF. I don't see center weighted. Yeah, that you nailed this. -2 exposed. So you must have did some post-processing to bring up these shadows. So it's still a slight skewing or keystoning error, but yeah, it looks good. Everything is really good. You definitely have a career in real estate photography. Just go a little bit higher. Just a little bit too low for me. That's all. Yeah, ISO 200 base. Yeah, I would have done 200 base, and it looks like your shutter speed is okay. And you shot this at 14 millimeters. The only other thing I might have done if I was in the field, I would have shot this wider, like closer to 10 or 9 millimeters to capture the tops of the trees and stuff. So I would have shot up a little higher, a little wider, and then cropped in to what I needed. Because if you're shooting at 14 millimeters, you're limited to compositionally to get the best view of this home. Uh, so I would have shot wider, then cropped in. I mean, I may have ended up cropping to back to 14 millimeters like it is here, but I would have liked to have seen the wider angle to see what else is in the scene, and then cropped in as needed from there. John says 720 is as high as I can get. And I like to shoot 100 for more slide film look, get the more contrast on white screens. Yes. And I haven't tested and compared 100 versus 200 ISO. But I understand that ISO 100 in theory clips highlights a little faster. And Roberto says wide angle would be a good also cut out the light down the bottom. This light, maybe. Like I said, a wider shot and then crop in as needed. And I'm speaking strictly from how I would do this as a real estate property for photography, not from a creative standpoint. Okay, let me check something here. There's 28 people here. My question is, what I can do is I can end this stream and start a new one through YouTube directly, and then I get 1080p. So that may be what I need to do, right? Because I don't want to edit these if you guys are seeing a grainy picture and not seeing the full resolution possible. So everybody that's here now, go back to not my web page, but go back to my channel page. So just click on my name down below, right? Go back to my channel page and you'll see a new live stream. That'll start immediately. I won't have any delay or anything. So I'm going to do that, and hopefully I'll be able to do 1080p. So I'm going to end it here, but I'm going to start right back up in a few seconds. Okay, so we'll see you guys on the other side.